Well, our thing is this, how we work and how we operate. It must make business sense on our side.
Let me get to you, because I understand that you have retired, you're 50 and 0, you walked away from the game, you made a lot of money, but you did make news sometime last year when people were talking about you returning. Now you're 43 years old, okay? I want to know where your head is at as it pertains to you.
Well, whatever reason it is that they want to see you, that reason is why you... It's not that you just deserve the money, because it's hard to do.
Right.
I have never encountered an athlete who, number one, flaunts his wealth the way Floyd flaunts his wealth, and who, number two, is so blindly full of himself to the fault of those who didn't pave the way. He did acknowledge that much, so I appreciate that.
The man who once called himself the greatest of all time is now facing serious problems. Floyd Mayweather has become part of a huge controversy. He is now dealing with accusations of scams and rumors that he could be heading toward a complete financial downfall.
You know, I'm a kid that came from poverty. I can remember being a kid living in Jersey with my mother. 7, I was living in a 1-bedroom. You know, no lights, no heat. Never cried, never complained. Just worked hard to get to where I got to in life. It's been hard.
When Floyd changed from Pretty Boy Floyd to Money Mayweather, everything about his image changed. He was no longer known only as a talented boxer with one of the best defenses in history. He started presenting himself as a symbol of wealth and success, shifting his focus from boxing greatness to showing the world how much money he had.
Look at guys that never got hit. Floyd went his entire career, got hit hard like 3 or 4 times, never.
Yeah. When he fought Diego Chico Corrales, which is one of my favorite all-time fights, you know, because it was like, there was nothing for Diego to hit, and then all of a sudden he just bounced in his face, bop, left hook from like 5 feet away. That's a Mayweather that I think nobody could possibly maybe beat.
That was the Pretty Boy Floyd Mayweather.
Pretty Boy
that
Floyd.
was before he became money.
Rebuilt himself as a brand built on luxury and wealth. Instead of people talking only about his defensive skills in the ring, the conversation turned toward his expensive lifestyle. Fight after fight, he earned millions of dollars and became one of the richest athletes the sport had ever seen.
It's just complete genius.
Yes.
First of all, from just changing his style, right? He broke his hands a lot. So when he was younger, they called him Pretty Boy Floyd.
Yeah.
And then he changed his name to Money. And when he changed his name to Money, he turns heel.
Yeah.
He became like this guy and everybody wanted to see him get beat.
Yeah.
And he's the most unhittable guy in the history of the sport.
Yes, sir.
Well, it's interesting when fighters figure out ways to do that too, like what Floyd is doing. What Floyd is doing is so interesting. He retires from fighting, and he says, I'll just start boxing, people have no chance. Hey.
Start of his career, Floyd Mayweather was earning around $3 million per fight. But everything changed when he made the risky decision to leave promoters and work independently. That decision took his earnings to another level, putting him on a path to make billions. By controlling his own career and business moves, he created a financial legacy unlike anything boxing had seen before.
Was the highest paid athlete in the world, and you won't believe why. Early in his career, Floyd partnered with a fight promoter where he was making $3 million a fight, but he wasn't satisfied. He thought he could make way more with pay-per-view and wanted out of his contract. So he bet on himself and paid his manager $750,000 to get out. And you won't believe what happened next, so drop a follow. This would prove to be a huge win for Floyd, and after going independent, he made nearly $1 billion and became the highest paid athlete.
But as his money increased, problems in his personal life also started to grow. Floyd's father once said that before the fame and fortune, they never had serious arguments. However, after Floyd began making millions, their relationship started falling apart because of his spending habits. Expensive cars, huge properties, and luxury purchases became his main focus, creating tension between father and son. According to his father, money can change people in ways no one expects.
Argument in our life, me and him. Then we had an argument on what was the name of it? HBO. We was on HBO. Then another time we argued over by the car. I'm saying, man, what is all this about? I'm just saying, you know. And we never had no argument. All of a sudden, it is what it is. Sometimes, you know, hey, when people get, it ain't about me training or anything like that. People get money, man. Things change. I don't care whether it's your father, mother, whoever. Father, mother, brother, sister, name it. You know, if sometimes when people get money.
As Floyd became richer, many people noticed a change in his attitude. Some of his closest relationships started to disappear, including friendships he had for years. Mike Tyson even spoke publicly about Mayweather's arrogance, saying there was nothing impressive about acting that way. Tyson suggested that Floyd needed to stay humble and remember reality, no matter how much money he had earned.
Fortune.
How do you feel about Floyd, though?
Huh?
How do you feel about Floyd?
Awesome fighter, great fighter. You know, he's a little too into himself. You know, he should be. I was the same way too, but you have to come to reality some way. You have to bring your head down to God. We're nothing to be fucking arrogant. You expect us to be ignorant and arrogant. Look where we came from.
That's why I asked the question earlier about you mentoring fighters, because I feel like Floyd looked at you growing up like every other fighter. And the persona and the lifestyle was like, growing up in the hood, we looked at it like, that's Mike Tyson. We see the cars, the jewelry, the flair.
Floyd's most famous friendships was with rapper 50 Cent, and for years they looked inseparable. But as Floyd's wealth kept growing, their bond slowly broke apart. According to 50 Cent, Floyd became too focused on money and stopped caring about the people around him. Floyd even told him that he never needed anyone's help, despite everything they had been through together. Many believed that his obsession with wealth pushed away the people who had supported him from the beginning.
Going, yo, when you gonna give me the money? Because you had already invested. Right, like when you gonna give me your half of the money back. But I ain't trying to press him because he just got out of jail. Right. So it's like, let him cool his heels before he... Was that in the millions? Yeah. Okay. So you sitting there big and I'm like, yo, so when... But see, the fighters are an asset in themselves. They are that talent, regardless. Right. You know, so I'm looking at him going, so there ain't no pressure there, but I'm saying, when is he gonna say he wants to, you know, to give me the other half of it? Why I gotta ask you for it? Right. And then when are we talking over $2 million? It's about that. Oh, okay. At that point, it was, you know, investment. All right. So look, he goes, when he finally does bring up the actual situation, he acted like he didn't know anything. Like, I didn't tell y'all to do that. I didn't tell you to do that.
He said something to me one time, very simple. He said, what a prize fighter fight for? And I'm like, and he said, the prize. So it's okay for you to watch the fight. Don't nobody watch Floyd fight to see how amazing he is. They watch it for the opportunity to see him lose. Right. Because they don't like him. They don't like him because everything that he says is about money. There's nothing else. There's no values. There's no... The people's champ, like Ali, was standing for the same things. Right. The audience was standing for. You know, he doesn't have any of that. It's just money. You know what I'm saying? And that, he knows you don't like him.
Floyd also lost the trust of one of his most talented fighters, Tank Davis. Tank later said that he felt controlled and used during his time with Mayweather. He claimed Floyd always kept him in situations where he had to depend on him, even after making big money from fights. According to Davis, he was not paid what he deserved, and this became the reason he decided to walk away.
Back asking me for money? Nah, why would I do that? I'll give out a couple dollars. I'll take some, whatever. Whenever you need some money, you feel me? But when I was legit to be able to get out the hood, that's what I did. Like, I had to learn that coming up that, like, a motherfucker will put you in a position to always need him. And, like, to the world, it might look like that's a great person. But, like, to somebody to understand, you understand, like, what Kendrick Lamar say? Nah, that's a massive manipulator. Like, because if I gotta put you in a position that they always need me, you always gotta, I'm gonna just give you crumbs. And we hear it a lot. Like, if I'm a, nigga, what's $1,000? You know what I'm trying to say? But to you who don't have it, is a lot. And I know you wanna go to war for that $1,000. So me understanding that, $48 of plot power, I'ma always feed you a little bit so you can be excited and do just enough to come back around. But I ain't really, you just put me in a position to be able to, you know, make my own thing. And I don't want to say no name, but they wind up catching it. People that's over top of me. I was signed to him. Floyd signed to him. So he said, okay, cool. I see what's going on. That's when he started taking over.
Tank also spoke about Floyd's personality, saying he could not accept when someone else became bigger than him. He believed Mayweather felt jealous when other fighters made more money or received more praise. Floyd even made comments saying that nobody, not even Muhammad Ali, was greater than him, which shocked many fans.
Out of all these guys in the history of boxing, yes, I've accomplished more than every fighter in the history of boxing. Okay, Ali. Is Ali the same fighter that got beat by a fighter with 7 fights? Leon Spinks beat Muhammad Ali when he only had 7 fights. Yes. And if we really tell the truth, well, that's what you here for. You here to tell the truth. What's the heavyweight guy that Ali fought 3 times? Ken Norton, actually. Ken Norton really beat Ali all 3 times. Go back and look at the fights. I mean, we just telling the truth. And I love Ali.
Mayweather's attitude was not limited to his personal life. He constantly showed off his wealth in public, which made many fans dislike him even more. From expensive watches to private jets, he made sure everyone saw his lifestyle. At the same time, his bold statements about being the greatest boxer ever only increased the criticism he received from the public.
All of my career, I have never encountered an athlete who, number 1, flaunts his wealth the way Floyd flaunts his wealth, and who, number 2, is so blindly full of himself to the fault of those who did pave the way. He did acknowledge that much, so I appreciate that much. But the way he just blithely scoffed at Ali's accomplishments, it wasn't just disrespectful, Stephen A. Smith. It was flat out blasphemous. Now, to your credit, you did go back at him. You can't. Okay, and to Floyd's credit, you know what? Early in Ali's career, he did get dropped. Not by Bert Cooper, by Henry Cooper in London. He fought him twice in London. And he did get dropped, and he got right.
Because of his behavior and the way he showed his money, Floyd became one of the most disliked fighters in boxing history. He often said he did not care what people thought about him and that he would keep fighting whenever he wanted. Whether it was exhibitions or real matches, he made it clear that criticism would never stop him. And this attitude made fans even more divided about him.
Him fight because they hate him. Because he talks so much shit. And he's like, look at my $1 million watch. Look at my fucking jet. Look at my house. Look at this. He's like constantly showing you all these things that he has. Like he'll lay out watches in a hotel bed. Like this is $1 million worth of watches. This watch goes for $2 million. And
my most expensive watch that I currently own is $18 million.
One watch. And so you hate him. People hate him.
He creates envy.
Yes. Yeah, he creates envy and you want him to lose, but he's not gonna.
Retiring from professional boxing, Floyd started taking part in exhibition fights. These fights brought him money, but they also brought heavy criticism. Many people believed he was damaging his legacy by fighting opponents who were not at his level just to collect another paycheck.
Floyd, what does it mean for you to go out on your terms, not on anybody else's terms, but you to make the decision, you know what? This is it. I don't care what all you guys say. I'm out of here. I'm done.
I mean, I think I think I just had a game plan. I had a brilliant game plan. The game plan was to be very outspoken. You know, I was born with personality. I was born with charisma. Speak my mind. Speak from the heart. You know, I don't hate or dislike anyone. I want to go out there, you know, and just do what I have to do inside that square circle. Choose a tremendous team on the outside that's going to help me take things to the next level, and that's what I did.
Over time, these exhibition matches gained a reputation for being nothing more than money grabs. Critics said the fights were less about competition and more about making sure Floyd received the biggest share of the profits. Fans started feeling that the events were not real contests, but business deals designed to make him richer.
No, it is. I think obviously with Floyd,
he gets the biggest percentage of the purse, isn't it?
Yeah, but he can still get the biggest percentage of the purse.
Yeah, but Ricky Hatton's gonna want more. He'll want more.
He'll want more.
Yeah.
But I'm sure when they fought in their heyday, Floyd got more.
Yeah, of course.
So, you know what I'm saying?
No, but Floyd wants like 95% more. 90% more. You know what I'm saying? It's not like...
He's like 95, 5.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how he likes to do it, innit? Because I'm not going to lie, if Floyd fought Ricky, both of them now, catch weight 154, O2 Arena,
it will sell out.
His reputation became even worse when some opponents claimed they were not paid what they were promised. Fighters like Deji and Logan Paul said they did not receive the full amount after their exhibition bouts with Floyd. These accusations made people question how honest his business deals really were.
The fighter pay with the UFC, but what's like, isn't Logan complaining right now that he didn't get his checks from Floyd? Is that like a boxing issue versus
you don't ever hear that coming out.
To this day,
you hear a guy
right
going,
now,
I want to make $30 million, I didn't get paid enough. You don't ever hear guys going, yeah, they didn't pay me yet, ever.
Is that like a boxing issue?
Well, here's what happens when you go in and you do these fights and you make them. And Hunter, correct me if I'm wrong. You do these fights that are exhibitions or whatever. The commission isn't overseeing it. So let's say I did a fight with Mike. I got Mike fighting, Francis or something. The athletic commission gets the money up front, so they pay the fighters. They don't have to wait for. That was the big problem in the past, is that these boxing promoters would come in and they wouldn't make as much money as they thought they were going to do, so they would stiff the fighters and not pay the guys. And that's why these regulations are...
Excitement around Mayweather began to fade. He was once the most powerful name in boxing, but his actions outside the ring started to overshadow what he had done inside it. Reports about a $42 million scam and rumors about unpaid debts in Dubai made the situation look even more serious, raising doubts about his financial stability.
Going on about Floyd Mayweather being stuck in Dubai. However, that man was at Game 5 of the Clippers game. He's claiming that he is stuck in Dubai because there's debts that he has to pay off and they're not letting him leave. And we're sitting at Game 5 and I look over and I'm like, dude, that's Floyd Mayweather. Royce takes a video of Floyd Mayweather at the Clippers game, posts it on his TikTok. It goes viral. He posts 2 videos, both go viral. In the comments, nobody is believing him. They're like, that's not really Floyd. That's a clone. Floyd's stuck in Dubai. And the crazy thing was, usually when you're at these games, they'll have like, oh, special guest, celebrity of the night. They didn't show Floyd on the thing, but we have it on camera. But go check out Royce's videos if you guys.
For years, Mayweather worked hard to build the image of the highest paid athlete in the world. He proudly talked about his earnings and claimed that no one in sports history had made more money than him, making his wealth a big part of his identity.
You see when you watch that fight?
Look, Floyd needs to keep doing what he's doing, which is fighting complete tomato cans who we've never heard of before. I've never seen anybody in the history of America get so rich and so famous out of having complete wimps throwing punch at their faces. And I know what you're saying. You're saying, well, it's happened before. What about Rihanna? Shame on you. I will not stand for that. I will not stand for that. But, however, boxing has a misconception. Too soon? Was it?
All right, everyone. Stay tuned for the latest in boxing news, highlights, events, and stories. Subscribe to Legacy Round and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. Be sure to watch our other videos too. Until next time, take care and stay safe.